Everything will be with you. Hello kids, it's your favorite idiot again. I'm back with another video. It occurred to me that I never showed how I actually made the mount for the fairing to fit on the bike. I showed the side mount off of that plant hanger, but I never actually made a top mount. I just used a couple of hose clamps. It worked, but the frame inside it's busted and I'm afraid it's going to cut my cabling. And I wanted to move the fairing to fit more of the angle that it's supposed to. So I went to Home Depot, spent about $20. That's a 12-inch piece of steel, 2 angle iron corners, some nuts and some bolts, and 2 hose clamps that I believe are made for a dryer. I have turnbuckles on them. It's not really what I wanted, but I think it'll work. The nuts and bolts I think are 5/16, which work out all right for the 12-inch piece of steel. Then on the L brackets, I'm just going to drill them out just a hair. But that's the shape right there that I was looking for. It's essentially going to sit over your triple tree. The 2 sides will come back towards the driver. As you can see right there. It's not 100% straight, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be hidden. I'm just showing you how it's going to sit on each side of that triple tree. There's a little bit of wiggle room, which is good, because the nut that I'm using is made for furniture, so you can add like a caster if you had it on a cabinet. I use them on my arcade cabinets. That way I can whirl them around. The next clip, I'll show it up close so you can see what I'm talking about. Right there. You don't have to use those. It's just what I happen to have. Like, lucky for me, where the hole is on that L bracket should be roughly where I want those to be mounted. I'm just showing you that the Harley fairing should have like a 26-degree angle, and the Vulcan has a 32 angle. So by using this bracket, I should be able to get that 6 degrees that I'm looking for. As you can see, I've got it drilled out. I actually pushed further into it. It's just trial and error until I found out where I can get it set right on the forks. On the next clip, if you look, I added nuts on both sides. The reason I did that was so I could get that 6 degree that I needed. You don't have to do that. You can leave it where it's right up against the forks. But I was having buffeting issues, so I thought maybe this would help it out. One thing I'm going to do next is just cut off that excess where I'm pointing right there. Just use an angle grinder and cut it down. That way it's hidden under the fairing or under the accessories cover. You can see the bracket in there. I essentially set it in there, and it's facing the wrong angle right now, but I need to screw them in. I think right here you can probably see where the lip is, if I have a good angle on it. There's a lip where I put that hanger, so I had to set it in at an angle. Once I tightened it up, then I flipped it back up so it sits right against the back of the triple tree. And as you can see, I've got the hose clamps where I wanted them. They were a 2 to 4 inch hose clamp. And I have roughly 7 inches hanging off. So about a 3-inch hose clamp should work. All that stuff's going to be hidden under that accessory cover. So I wasn't too concerned about what it was going to look like. And now I should be able to move my handlebars back up close to the speaker. I had to move them back because I put those waterproof speakers in. There's one more view so you can see where it's set, and so it's not centered with the triple tree. Like I said, I did that on purpose so I could get that 6 degrees clearance that I was wanting. Last thing I had to do, I had to cut this so my handlebars would fit into that cover. I just had to Dremel it back. I'm pretty happy with the way it looks though. Should be the right angle now. Hope that helps.